last part to all of this is to create the e-board. I'm going to create the stock that runs across here and then 2 pieces of stock that run this way, just to give the e-board a bit more support and the Drivebase in general a bit more structure. I'm just going to do that under chassis, create a sketch on this face, and then create a 1x1 square here. I'm going to chamfer the bottom edge of either side and then create another sketch with 2 holes to attach the stock together. Next, I'm going to create a sketch on this face, and then create 2x1 stock, and dimension it to be 3 inches away. I can then go ahead and extrude to this side, and same for the other stock. And then I can chamfer the bottom edge. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to name all of this. Next, I'm going to create another sketch on here and create mounting holes for this. So now that that's done, I'm going to name these. And then I'm going to create a new component called e-board. And in that, I will create a sketch on the bottom plane. So I'm just going to go ahead and project a few lines. This is what we're going to constrain our plate to. And then I'm going to create a rectangle. Now, as you can see here, maybe if I activate everything, you can see it better. There's interference with the gearbox, the Versa blocks, both of them on either side. So in order to stop that, we need to create a few cutouts in the e-board. So I'm just going to go do that. I'm going to start with projecting this just to make it easier to see. And then I'm going to create, let's say 4.5 by 4.5. And then Actually, I didn't even have to do it for this side because I'm just going to go and cut all of this out. Then I'm just going to create a line running down the middle here and mirror everything across this. So now that we have the plate, I'm just going to name this. And then extrude this. And there's no longer any interference. So I'm just going to change the appearance of this. And then I'm going to go and fillet everything. So this is going to be 2 inches. And then finally, these fillets are going to be 0.25. So that's the e-board plate. I'm going to create mounting holes later, but first I'm going to start inputting all the electronics. Oh, that's weird, that should be in the middle. So I'm going to go back and fix that. Okay, so that's the e-board. And then if you want to know more about electronics, you can go to the EMP resource folder. But right now I'm just going to input the electronics. Okay, instead I'm going to go this is the mini power module. Then I need the breaker. And then lastly, I need the radio power module. So a lot of the placement of the electronics has to do with the wiring, and you just need more space for that. I'm not really going to get into that, but there is a document on the EMP resource folder that is all about how to CAD an e-board. The only thing missing from this is the battery and the battery bumpers now, so I'm just going to insert those. Then I'm going to insert the battery. And then finally I'm going to insert the last battery bumper. If you're wondering how I got those values, all you need to do is just search the dimensions of the battery and then subtract it from the dimensions of the little pocket that we made. And then search the dimensions of the battery. Actually, I can give it to you right now. It's 6.58 by 7.1. And then the dimensions of this, you need to figure that out and then subtract it and find where an equal distance would be to put this. The reason that I left a bit more space up here is just because there's going to be wires coming out of here that you don't want to hit the stock. And then last thing is all the mounting holes for the e-board. So I'm going to create another sketch on this face, and then I'm going to project all these holes and create a couple new ones as well. So you can actually rivet these battery bumpers down, but because this isn't a Delrin plate, I don't want to run the risk of cracking it. Oh, and something I forgot to do is you want to make sure to just align all the electronics to the top of the e-board. Okay. So if you can't align it, if these pieces are separating, you can always point to point. Okay, and the last set of holes that I need to project are these ones. Hit finish sketch, and then once I have all of these holes projected, I need to, so this is, the rubber reel is actually zip tied down, so I'm just going to create a 0.1 by 0.25. And then I'm going to create these mirror lines so that I don't have to keep doing that. And instead I can just mirror this rectangle across. And then do that one more time. Now I can click finish sketch and begin extruding all these holes. So there are two more things that I have to do. First of all, I missed this hole, so I'm going to go back and project those. And then also, I need to create Velcro holes to hold down the battery. Over here. So to do that, I'm going to make a center-to-center slot. And then mirror this across this line. Hit OK, and then I'm just going to extrude those two things that I added in their own extrusion. For some reason, it never projected, so I'm just going to go ahead and project that again. And then I'm going to extrude that. And that's how you make the e-board. All that's left now is the mounting holes. So I'm going to create one last sketch on here. I'd probably go with two holes here. But first, let me just create a line going down here. And then I'm going to mirror these holes. So I'm going to make 3 holes going down here. And that's the mounting of the e-board. So I'm just going to show everything now. And that's pretty much everything that you need for a West Coast Drivebase. This is the last video on how to actually CAD the West Coast Drivebase. As usual, please refer to the slide deck for any more information, and please complete the quiz after this slide and the slide deck that covers everything that I talked about in the past few videos.